What's up? What's up? Yeah, I can tell. Because it's your name. No limit too. Yeah, I'm just getting rolling here. Just got back from fishing. Not too much luck. A little bit of luck. I wanted to open that window. Get some air in here. You get a lot of money by racing and winning, basically, and playing the game for a long time. I think I've been playing since about maybe 2018 or somewhere around in there. Maybe not that long. I didn't really start playing it a lot, probably until a few years ago, I think. But, you get to, you get some good cars, along the way, and you make, if you have competitive cars all the time, you can usually keep winning money. Because not everyone is going to be fast. So if you race on in the lobby, there's going to be people from all different skill levels. So when you get good, basically, I think I am gonna crack that window a bit though. Get some of that fresh air because it's been pretty hot. Try to take advantage of it when it's not so hot out. I think I may have just bumped my line to my camera. I hope I didn't crash the files I was uploading. Let's see. Let's see if we got them all. Yeah, I think so. Okay, where were we? Okay, so last night we were going through all the cars pretty much, kind of trying to rank them according to how fast they are. So we pretty much got through that until we got down to the kind of the bottom tier of what I was calling like the tier ones, tier twos, and tier threes. The tier threes being the cars that are around the 5.5s, like the mid 5.5s or the high 5.5, quarter mile, and then from there it's pretty much everything else. There's probably another lower tier below that of cars that'll run in the low 5.6s to the mid maybe 5.6s, and some imports as well that are kind of in there. And then after that, it's pretty much everything else is going to be like running 5.7s in the quarter mile, and that's prep, all out. So we can kind of but some of these cars that I was ranking, my cars are not the best compared to maybe what other people are running, like for example, like the T-Bird, the Impala, the Vega, this car, the Demon, the Gremlin, this car, the big Caprice. A lot of those are going to be, possibly in the mid 5.5 or even maybe a little bit better for a lot of people. And then from there, you're looking at cars that are going to be in the low 5.6 range to mid, which are going to be, like, unfortunately, the new supercars, like the McLaren, the Ferrari, and the GT. Unless you put bars on them, then they're a little better. But like the Fox body, I'm not quite sure about the Elko. I think this car can also go into the 5.5s, but I haven't really tuned on these all that much. The Mani, this Camaro. But any of these other cars that haven't been buffed like this, they're going to be down in the 5.7 area like this car, this car can get into the mid to low 5.6s. This is another car that hasn't been buffed. That hasn't been. There's the Ferrari, the GT. This car has not been buffed. This is the OG Mally. This car is a low 5.6 car. So on the import side, 5.5. We went over these cars yesterday. This car hasn't been buffed. This car has not been buffed. This car is for sale. This car, I think it has been buffed, but maybe not. I think it had been buffed in the past, but I don't know exactly where it's at right now. Eventually I'll get around to looking at some of these others. This hasn't been buffed. This car has been buffed and nerfed multiple times, so this car has been buffed. So I guess one of these days we can kind of just take cars out and run them. And see what they do. What's going on, Mr. Grey Ghost? So I guess we'll just do some races and see where it goes. Okay. I kind of like getting the Lambo out of the way and trying to put down a good pass. He just left for some reason. I don't know why he just left. I'm pretty sure I've raced him before, and he was. I thought he was pretty fast in the Lambo, but I don't know if he disconnected or just left. I'm just kind of winding down here. Did a little fishing today. Not too much else going on. Okay, what are we going to do tonight? Been listening to this Expedition 33 music for a little while. Got real early shifts on that one. And a horrible tree. I don't know what happened on that one. What's with YouTube? Or my phone. I don't know which, but I'm listening for 5 minutes and it's turning off, asking me if I want to keep listening. It's only been 5 minutes. What's going on, Jamie? Yeah, my shifts are just not there right now. It's kind of off. Just kind of getting into the groove of things. Divix Camaro. Trying to picture that. I don't really do much Divix racing. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the regular Camaro. I don't think I have one of these anymore. I'm pretty sure I bought them all when they first came out, but I only have, let's see, I don't think I have the Corvette. Don't have that. Yeah, I think I only have the, wait a second. Okay, I have the Willys. Don't have the Camaro. Don't have the Corvette. Don't have the 57. Oh, the Mustang, that's the one I have. Mine just looks weird because I made it into like a Batman car. I don't usually do tuning on stream though. I have done it a couple of times, and I have put up some tunes on my YouTube channel, but that can be like really time consuming. It's better off being in a video instead of doing it live. Still kind of trying to decide what my plan is for tonight on the game. So I'm just kind of doing Lambo passes in the meantime, just to kind of pass the time until I come up with something. $42. Kind of an average pass for this, I guess. I'm kind of hooked on this nitrous car that I got going because it seems like it puts up some pretty big passes sometimes. And pretty much everybody's running turbos. So I can't usually like to go do something a little different than everyone else is running. Everyone's running, well, a lot of people are running 27s. I'm in second gear on that one. We both ran 43. I don't really like getting stuck kind of racing this thing over and over again though. But some people just like to keep going and going. I guess maybe trying to move up on the leaderboard. And this is going to be the car to do it in. Doesn't seem to be putting up the big ones, but sometimes depends who you're racing to. Like, it doesn't seem to be quite there. And you can race the same person over and over and over again, and you'll never hit one of those crazy fast passes. Usually when I see that happening, it's pretty much time to dip out, because it gets monotonous at a certain point. I pretty much beat that guy a majority of the races, but they weren't anything crazy. Yeah, a lot of blower cars tonight. Yeah, that finally dawned on me after a while to put it on blower. To avoid the Lambos. And usually when you have some people doing something in the lobby, people will pick up on it, you know, and they'll figure out, hey, if I race blower, if I put a blower in my car, I'm not going to have these Lambos jumping in because they only have turbo and nitrous, and rarely nitrous either. So you could even do that too. So that gives you the blower, the Pro Charger, and the nitrous, and you're not gonna be having these Lambos. But I mean, the game could easily remedy that just by putting a super class in here, supercar, say. The Lambo's all-wheel drive, right? And then there's the 3 rear-wheel drive supercars, and then there's another all-wheel. So they could easily put in supercar, all-wheel, and you'd have the Lambo and the the R8, which is a pretty quick car. So, but no one really uses it. And then you'd have the other 3 rear-wheel drive that are, I would say, are fairly competitive with each other. So that would kind of be an easy fix. You know, especially since you go to the dealership and they call them exotics, but I mean they made a separate class for it in the dealership. So, you know, they have exotics, they have imports, and then modern and retro and trucks are kind of all the same type thing. No prep racing, no prep Lambos. That's kind of, I mean, if you think about it, what is the difference going to be for a Lambo on a real racetrack as far as no prep or prep? It's probably not going to make much of a difference with a Lambo. You know, but if you take your your Fox body that's set up for prep, and you try to take it out on a no prep track, then you're going to be in for, you know, for big problems, because it's a completely different, you know, when you're dealing with like rear wheel drive, like a no bar car, that's going to be a totally different setup. So 1,500 with the Camaro, huh? I wonder what I have on my Camaro. 300, 329, and 116. I mean, you know, 5 million. I mean, that's a good chunk of change for a car to make with. Actually, I have my Lambos are probably split between this one and the other one. This one's 204 mil, and I would guess my other one is similar. I've just been using the nitrous one a lot lately. See if I can find it, because I was playing with a lot of these cars. So it's about the same, 171. I mean, I'm not out there doing 1,000 races and stuff, because I like to mix it up. You know, of course, the meta car is always going to get raced a lot when they first come out. And then depending on if something else comes along, you know, it's just going to keep going until there's another meta. So that's pretty much how it goes. Oh, here's the guy that was in my YouTube yesterday, I think. He was trying to get races. I should probably be editing my fishing video, but I'm doing this instead. A 43, about average. I got a good 60 foot on that one, but it just didn't translate into the big bopper. I think the game is pretty dead right now, for one thing. That usually has an effect on how slow or fast your cars are. Because I'm really hating these shifts. There we go. We got one. We got the big 60 foot. That's gonna really help a lot when you're trying to get the big numbers. Of course, it's a loss, but it is what it is. I mean, and I thought that those were pretty perfect shift, except for the last one. I think I was a little early on. I don't know what happened. Second gear on that one. Totally missed it. But see, once you get in with one of these guys with the Lambos, they seem to want to just keep racing and racing. I don't think that 39 is going to move me up at all, because I don't think it was a very good tree. There's another good one. A 399. I got the 39 by .001, but the tree wasn't there. So, but those are pretty good shifts too. I would say very close to perfect shifts for what I try to get. I wonder if he sent me a message. Because there's a... No. I thought he might have sent a message because he's been on YouTube. $85 nitrous. Oh man, that could have been a big one. I got the 60, but for some reason the shifts didn't translate into big numbers. And I think my other car pretty much runs about the same as this one. Those first two shifts were right on top of each other. So that's usually not going to translate. See, he's got another turbo 27 inch. Those are good shifts. 5401. I kind of side-eyed his red light for a second there, and luckily that didn't throw off my pass. So we got 239s and a 40 so far this against this guy. We got another 39. The 60 wasn't there. Those are pretty close to the shifts that I want to hit. So we're probably about that even with this guys because the 5.3s are automatic losses. So, but I'm not getting the trees. So they're not really going to help me on the leaderboard. See, there's another one where I thought I had this. I thought I had the shifts, and I had the tree, but it just didn't. It didn't translate into the 43. He wants to keep going. I mean, if you're racing somebody that's putting up 5.3s, you know that you're probably not going to lose money because those are technically wins for the other guy. The second was a little bit later than I like to get. Still a 41. So I think we're getting a little bit of our money back. but we had the three 5.3s. But I think we're winning the majority of these races, so thinking we've only had maybe 3 to 5 losses. So he's really going after that tree because I'm getting really good trees. Well, he wants to keep going. I think this should pretty much cover me for Lambo tonight. I mean, I gotta race somebody that came to my channel, right? And checked out my YouTube. I can't turn him down. That second and third were late. I think I'm gonna dip out of that. It was starting to get a little starting to wear on me. Well, yeah, do you still have that phone with the game on it? Because I know that's one thing that I actually like to do is I kind of use my other phones for backup, or I'll occasionally play on it, but they're usually not. Because what you do is if you know when you're playing, it's going to save your data, and so when you go on another device, if you want to, you can wipe your data on that, and then you can pull in the data from this one, so that technically it's like a backup. Or you can play, your identical game on another device. So you're able to play on more than one device. And then I'm the kind of person that doesn't trade in my phones, so it was an easy thing for me to do. So I actually have the game on 2 other phones, and it's I would say it's a little different, from phone to phone. I have all Androids, but the cars, I would say, were a little different from phone to phone. But like a nice big phone is going to be the easiest, which most phones are now. They're pretty large. I don't really have a good tablet. I do have one that I might be able to, but I don't use the tablet for that. Yeah, you have iPhone. So can you move your data from, well, I don't know if you still have your old phone, but could you move your data? Because it comes from Facebook. So I assume that you can, move your data from one phone to another, but the data will still stay on both phones, but then it'll be technically like you have 2 different games. because they're not synced. Unless you, I don't know what happens. No, I don't think even if you like sync your data on your devices, because it comes from Facebook, and Facebook treats it as like a separate data set, I guess. I don't know, but all right. So we had our fun in Lambo, I think. I actually did want to tweak some of my domestic cars, the ones that were buffed, because they seem like they're a little off. But I just never get a chance to do it. And that's kind of a tedious thing to do. So you get to race this car. This car could be a little dangerous if I shift it right. The big 4x4 wagon. Just the 49. Where did he go? Yeah, I need to get that first shift off earlier for that. Oh, now here's this guy again with a different car. I think I'm going to change the view for these other cars. I don't know what the hell. That was a slow pass for me. I'm thinking it was a slow pass for him too. But I was late on first because this car has a really early first gear, barely staged. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to keep racing these if this car is going to be dogging like this on the times. I'll put some big numbers on him in the Lambo, but my car doesn't seem to be working against him in the Camaro. There we go. That's what this car runs. Good day, mate. What's going on down under? Hope everything's going well. We're back racing. I was way early on second on that one. Got him in the whole shot. I think I'm going to jump out of this though, because my car doesn't seem like it's working quite right there. Yep, we got viewers from all over. Some people still say that, even though they're not Aussies. Like they pretend to be. I don't know. People are kind of weird like that. You just kind of like adapt the other person's lingo. Oh, he's in the game. I was gonna jump in there with my Audi wagon. Let's take this. See what we can do against this Lambo with the 24s. And he has his Lambo jacked up in the back, like I have my Audi. I'm surprised he doesn't have bars on it. The guy runs at 37. I mean, right out of the box. I'm kind of skeptical about this car. Let's see what he runs this time. It's pretty much free money if he's going to sit there and put up those times. And we get the shifts. His car didn't seem like it was that fast that time, but he still ran at 39. He got a really early second gear on that one. See, now he's 43, but my car doesn't seem to be running right there. Okay, here we go. Battle of the 24 by 21. RS6s. There we go. Got the 46. That's more like it. And my music turned off. For some reason it thought I wasn't listening. I didn't see how bad your tree was on that one. I was a little late on first on that one. What's this, a 45? Where does this come from? The guy who says his car doesn't work, and then he comes and runs a 45 on me in the Evo 24s. I think there's something sketchy going on over there. Down in the bush. I got my first gear off pretty good that time, I think. Yep, 47. I think if I do better on that first gear and the transition, the first to second gear, because I got to hit that second gear at 9, I think I could probably hit 45. I know I hit a 460 in that car, so I know I'm like knocking on the door. But no one really uses that car anymore either. Even though you could go out and beat Lambos with this if you tree them, because it's only unless you come up against a crazy fast Lambo. But if they're in the low 5.4s and you can hit 46 and get a tree, yeah, you fix the gears in it. Yeah, I remember, didn't I tune this thing on stream? And I think I have the tune for this on my YouTube channel. And I think it's still the same tune. But for some reason I took the Pro Charger out of it. That seemed to be the what made it work better. But oh, you get your perfect Aussie impersonator. Yeah, I mean I think it's a pretty like distinctive accent to where you can, it's probably something that people could imitate as far as sounding like an Aussie. I can actually do accents and voices, even per people's voices. But I'm not going to do it on stream because I sound like an idiot. But it just kind of it's just kind of like an ear thing where you can kind of hear. You can kind of mimic what you hear really well. Yeah, see, I didn't improve on that with those 5 3s. But I kind of question somebody that's running 5 3 every. Well, no, he didn't run 5 3 every pass. He ran 37, and I think he ran 39, and then he ran 43. Which, I mean, I've run 37, and so it just seems like when you race someone and then all of a sudden they hit that, it kind of stands out. Yeah, I see a lot of American Beavinator. I would have taken that. That was a. See, now I can't say NA race anymore because I was using it for North American. Because a lot of people actually say NA when they're talking about Americans because it's North America, the whole continent. But they also say NA in racing for non-aspirated. So people probably wouldn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, speaking of free cars, Mr. I don't like free cars. And what do I see in the other lane over there? That's not a free car. I missed a little on my shifts there. Yeah, I think the 24x21 is some kind of a glitch. I mean, because we just saw that Lambo on 24x21. His was jacked up. They're doing the same thing that they did on the Audi wagon on the Lambo. But I haven't tried that on my Lambo. There we go. We got a 49 with our. I didn't get the tree though. We got a 49 against a free car. I think my PB in the Evo, like in the the current version, or you know, the last few versions. It was about, I think it was a 48 I ran in this thing. Yeah, bring your Evo out here, not that freak car. You want to race a freak? I'll bring a freak car. You want to race this with your Audi? If you want to race freak cars, I got something for you. Okay, here's a guy with no name. These are always interesting. Looks like a normal car though. I got pretty good shifts on that. Yep, my Camaro worked that time because it was a little quick in first, but I caught it, and I got the good time in the Camaro. Actually, what I was thinking about doing today was I was thinking about dropping a couple of these YouTube tunes on my on some of the cars that they just buffed, just for the heck of it. Even though I don't really use them. No, he really thought about that a long time. Oh, your Evo? Yeah, my Evo is usually low 5.5s at least. The occasional 5.4s. That's why he pretty much got ranked number 1 in my tier 1 import cars. Well, no, actually, that would be. I'm trying to think of if the tier 1 is like the 5, like the. Well, the Lambo I wasn't even counting as a tier. I was just putting that as the fastest car, I think. And then the tier 1 were the cars that will run a lot of 5.4s. So then the tier 2 were the low 5.5s. And the tier 2 imports were the low 5.5s. Alright, so what are we racing here? I'm just going to leave this on anything. I think it's kind of late. I don't think there's going to be Lambos all over the place. Late night on a Sunday night. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Get the Viper. Another 47. And I wasn't on that first shift, but I wasn't super late on it. So that's probably why I was still able to get the 47 on it. But see, that's one of them cars, the Viper, that's in that bottom tier car that hasn't been buffed. I don't think it has. Or it wasn't, and it broke. Because I seem to remember running 5.6s in a Viper. I'm not really sure. We got Nova out here in his Lambo. We'll race Lulu. In the box, Nova. Now we're down to 550 in the Camaro. It's funny how the Camaro makes those black marks and squeals the tires when it launches sometimes. I'm wondering if that's the front tires landing or if that's the back tires that are doing that. What's this? Oh, he's out here in a 29 by 11 Evo. Let's see if my Camaro will come back. Nope, 550. See, once again, he's telling me about his slow Evo, but yet he runs a 53. Can't trust this guy. He's trying to sandbag you. You wanna go Evos? Man. Why does my phone keep doing it? Keeps stopping, asking me if I'm still listening. I don't understand. Great goals with the 471 in the Camaro. Nice. Couple of Lambos here. Oh, you mean you changed it to 29 by 11? And that's what made it a little better? Lambos. I mean, we already did. We hit usually, if I get a good pass in something, I go on to the next one. I'll race this Lambo with my Nissan Z. Oh, he's got the jacked up one. Is this meta coming back now with the jacked up Lambos? I didn't hit my shifts. He only ran a 44. Yeah, my Evo with the tall tires is definitely better than anything below. The 48, that's a good pass for me. The 38 with the jacked up Lambo meta, I guess. That's the I mean, how? I mean, I don't understand. You jack up your car on the back and it's faster. Yeah, see my Evo, I had to shrink the tire width in the back because it was, it was hitting too hard, and it seemed to be better when I had those quick first two shifts. There's another Lambo. I wonder if this is the real Turbo Gags from YouTube. I guess I'm gonna have to put on some regular music. I don't know what happened to his Lambo. I don't know what happened to my car either. Didn't run very well. You got a horrible 60. There's the 28 by 21. It's going to be a Nissan. It's got the nitrous Nissan. The 48, not too shabby. Let's put on some music, I think. There we go. All right, what are we racing, Mr. Ozman? Okay, here he goes. Is that a Family Guy thing? What was that guy's name from Family Guy? I haven't watched it in a long time. Let's see if I can pull that guy's name up from my memory banks. So you got Peter Griffin. You got, what was his wife's name? Can't remember. I'm not really good at remembering names. I can remember pretty much anything but names. For some reason I'm thinking Quagmire. I don't know why. The brick? What's the brick? There's a lot of bricks in this game. Is this the brick? Oh, okay, you named it the brick. Why is it the brick? Seemed like my game lagged a little. Could be from, yeah, see, Quagmire. See, I pulled that up from my memory banks. This is going to be a nasty run. 475. I thought that could have been a 46. I was hoping for 46. Yeah, my brick is pretty much the same as that. I thought my Vega was 5.5 because I think see, the Vega was buffed a while back and it was 5.5, I think, and then I think it broke and then it got rebuffed or something. But those cars I don't really spend a lot of time in. This, that, this, that. My Chevelle's running okay. Let's take the Porsche out, even though it's technically the same thing as the Evo as far as the setup. Let's take out the Skyline. And yeah, see these, the imports with these 26s and the big rims, they're not good for me anymore. That used to be a good setup. Like that kind of makes me curious about what would happen if I set up the R8 with my Evo setup, because it's technically the same car, I think. But I'm kind of curious as to what it would do, because it definitely has a long first gear. So that could possibly be something that I could try. Well, let's take this car out anyway. Yeah, these cars I think I'm gonna, I don't know, because I kind of, I'm just not really all that enthusiastic about those cars that they're buffing, and they're only mid 5.5 in that range. You take the Boss out. We got space for one more. Let's take the Maverick out, because that's been running pretty well for me. So let's see what jumps in to my Maverick. It seems pretty late and pretty quiet for Lambos to be not. They're still out there. I mean, at least if you're going to bring out a Lambo, make sure that it runs 5.3 and gets an HK so I get the win. I mean, I'm sure you can still be happy about getting the 5.3, even though you get the loss. Man, that thing really shifted. But I still got a 52. So that wasn't bad. I don't know what happened to his Lambo. That's not a typical Lambo pass there. Yeah, I actually my Vega, I got it close to doing that double bounce in first gear, but it just wasn't quite there. $53 for the Maverick. But if the Maverick will stay in the low 55s consistently, there we go. That's what I want to see. So that Maverick is staying the way it is. Until it breaks. So we're going to jump into the boss here. The boss didn't really make any headway. I put the blower in it, but I don't know if it was better because I think I had the turbo in it. It's still got a really quick first gear. Or quick, like double bounce first gear, I guess you call it. That race was total fuck up. I don't know what happened in that race. The light just seemed like it suddenly just went out of nowhere. And my car didn't seem to work at all. So I don't know what happened on that pass. This car is still kind of... that's bad. It seems like I need the turbo in this. Because that blower seems like it throws it. Because I know I had the turbo because I had the scoop on it. So you could actually do it like a Boss 429 with this scoop. The only things I don't like how the turbo shows like that. Should we turn this into a Boss 429? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we'll try it like this. It's got a low delay. And I don't have launch control on it. I don't remember if I did. Yep, good race. I kind of walked into trouble on that one. I think this Boss was better with the turbo though. Why does it look like he has one of those sunscreens on his side window and it's flashing and stuff? What is that? That's something weird going on with his car. I don't know what. What did that? Why does that look so weird? Yeah, I don't know. This Boss just seems like it's not really working that good. And why does this guy have a window screen on his side window? I'm gonna make him. There we go. I don't know what's going on with my tree. And his tree was bad too. And his car was slow. Something weird about that race. About that deal. 29 by 15. What is this? Is that a Lambo? Okay. A NASCAR thing, like, yeah, but it looked, something looked weird, like it was, because you can't decal the window. The decals don't work over the windows. So how is that even there? Yeah, but I think I might, when I get a chance to do all this kind of retuning on these cars, I think I might try something with this R8. But I'm thinking I probably won't be able to do anything with it. Labels. What do you mean labels? Yeah, but that's just lettering. How do you put like, is that like one of those special character things you use? I don't know. $2 mile. That song's kind of getting on my nerves. So let's see if we get the quick first gear. On the R8 or the slow one. Chevelle versus this. It could be a good race, depending depending on what kind of shift I get on this R8. Yeah, see, it got the slow first gear that time. And I wasn't really... And what's wrong with my RTs? By the way. Now let's see if I get the slow first or the fast first this time. You see, that time I got the super fast first gear. So this got cars. It's kind of like helter skelter. Yeah. I don't know what to make of that car. Okay, so let's go to this. So we got a 51 out of our boss, so that's not too bad. And we got a 5.4 out of the Maverick. So that's good. Maybe I should mark the cars that I'm gonna tune on. I'll put shop on them so that I remember. We still got the Lambos out here. What's wrong with his Lambo? Now he'll probably put up a normal Lambo pass. I don't know what that was. That was a total screw up. The light just totally went off. And my car just didn't work. I don't know what that was. Something weird. Well, that's the second time that happened to me. Good. My car, the light just seemed like it went off, and then my car just pinned pinned the needle when it's supposed to have that big lope in first gear, and it didn't do it. Got the 53. He only got a 54. But my trees are not. The trees are not very good tonight. It's only got a 30 delay. I don't know. Maybe it's internet. I don't think I have anything that could be using more internet than normal. But I'm getting good times out of a lot of cars. So I'm not going to complain, I guess. I might actually need to do a shorter stream tonight, though. Oh, the don't jump guy. There's the Cali guy. Cali boy. With the windscreen. That I don't understand how you can make. Only a 53. Didn't he have a Lambo too? I seem to remember having a Lambo. Yeah, Greg, also, if you could figure out how to make that windscreen, let me know, because I don't know what that is. His car looks weird too. His car looks like it's like an 16-bit graphics mode or something. Can look at his car compared to mine. Why does it look like that? How do you like that? The 5.4 and the Big Bird. He's got the don't jump on his windshield. But he needs to jump himself, though, if he's going to put up an 08 on the tree. I think he's trying to get people to jump by, let's see these stages. See, he bumped once there. He bumped once again. Bumped once again. He's like a tree gamer. Oh, I got another 49. I'll take that. He actually got a tree. He left. I think he's scared of my super bird because I'm putting up 5-4s. He got scared. There's something weird about his car, though. I just don't know what it is. Alright, so let's try this Porsche. If we get a 5-4 out of this Porsche, that would be cool. I think I'm going to drop down to 10K. I'm just going to leave it. Doesn't really seem to be a lot of Lambos out here right now. And I've beaten some of them, so they could be people with a little bit slower Lambos. Alright, we got the Impala on 25s. Well, that's what you call, what do you call that? Tooted? The tooted Impala. He's got them wheelie bars are up there high. My first two were pretty close together there. But I got a 52, and too bad. He's got the extreme lag with the red bars. You got 300 in Lambo? Yeah, what did I have? Did I have 200 with one and 100 with the other one? Or did I have 3 and 2? I can't remember. I don't know, but I'm at 135 mil, but I feel the same as when I had like 100 mil, so Wow, no one is. Why is no one racing? No one's taking that race. Is the game that dead now? No, I don't really chat with anybody else on mic except my doctor when I have a telehealth call. I chat with him on mic. I don't do those anymore though. That was just because I think he was like an hour away from me. I don't know. It's kind of weird chatting with people on mic, but it actually works. It's kind of like talking on your phone if you use. But I would have to have them in my ear, like in my earbud, because I use earbuds. I don't use headphones. So I mean, it would kind of work. Yeah, but see, I'm gonna have to figure out because, like, if when I'm streaming, if you're on a mic, I'd have to figure out to send that to my earbud. Okay, let me think. What is my audio source on my earbud? Does that's gonna freak me out when I hear that Aussie accent though. I mean, we could definitely do it over Discord, and I can send it. But see, then that's another app to have open. What about Messenger? Doesn't Messenger have that? He's sick of talking. I'm sick of talking too. I mean, you say you're sick of typing. Yeah, typing does suck when you can be on the mic. That's true. Yeah, yeah. You Messenger has video or voice call, right? Yeah, but you don't want to be on the stream, do you? Even though you should be, because you should be doing, a little more work around here for the stream. Let's see, because there's a way you can configure your. I don't know if you start a voice call, if you configure it, or if you configure it before. Let's see. I thought you configure it somewhere. And then I have to make sure that my audio from there is going to my. Okay, let me pull up my settings here. See, it's not giving me a setting for Messenger, even though I have it open. Talk about the stream. Well, what kind of microphone do you have? This thing is just the mic. Let's see. Yeah, but how do you talk? How do you talk on it? Yeah, I'm not going to be putting a bunch of people on the stream because that would get out of hand. Well, the other thing is I have my mic going to my streaming program too. So, yeah, that's the other problem. I'm trying to think of how we can do this where it would be in sync because the stream is delayed. But if we use a separate program, it wouldn't be delayed. I don't know. I've done this before, but I can't remember how I did it. Are you on Messenger, Oz? Okay, so I actually have my desktop audio muted on the stream. My audio is only coming from the gain and the mic. but Messenger is not telling me where its audio is going in my Windows settings. Maybe it doesn't until you actually use it. This is like a complicated thing here. Okay, that sound's coming. Okay, that sound is not going on the stream. So that works. See that Messenger is a Microsoft Edge now. Okay, so the sound's going to the right place. Okay, but you're not answering. Do you use earbuds? And I'm not. Oh, wait. Okay, it's a mute microphone. Okay, you didn't answer. Yeah, who was I talking to on Messenger? I was talking to someone on Messenger because I remember doing that before. Was your Messenger ringing? I think that's probably the easiest way. And that's going to be, so you're going to be hearing me double though. Because you're going to be hearing me on the stream too. Yeah, you have to enable you have to allow your mic in Messenger. That should pop up when you use it. Well, you don't need the stream volume anyway. If we're on the Messenger call. But I mean that's a pretty typical thing when you're like when I watch streamers and they'll talk to other streamers a lot, and then you'll get the double sound. So then they usually just turn off the volume on the stream, and then because you don't need it anyway if you're on a direct line with them. We've never talked to each other before, have we? Because I know I was talking to somebody, but I can't remember who it was. Because I don't really use Messenger for anything else. I mean, you can do it on Discord, but I don't know if we want to. Let me pull up. What's up, Naylin? I think Discord is easy. You just open an audio call. I think that's a pretty common thing to do on Discord. Man, I'm scared to open something else on here though, because I've got so much stuff open. Let's see, where's Discord? I actually removed it from my... Where is it? No, my music just stopped. Okay. Let me see where Discord audio is. Okay, so that's going to default, so that won't go on stream. Oh, you did? I didn't hear it ring. What the heck? Well, let me close Discord. Why didn't I hear it ring? All right, you want to try it again? I just heard a sound. I think that was Discord. Hello. How you doing? All right, let me just make sure that... I just want to make sure this isn't going on the stream. Doesn't look like it is. All right, I think we're good. Delayed? What do you mean? Or do you still have it on? Do you still have me on the stream? Yeah. So I mean, if we're gonna be in a call, you could turn the volume down on the stream. No, the audio is not, because you would hear your voice on my stream. It's the audio is going to my desktop, which is muted, because I can turn that on, or I can turn it on and off. The only audio I have going on the stream is the game sound. I have that separated, and the mic. So we're good there. I don't know how do you do um, how do you talk to people on stacks? Yeah, because it actually, I'm going to mute my. Right, but I mean, people do that a lot on stream though. When they'll talk to someone like in the background, but they don't necessarily put them on the stream unless they want to be. You can't, Great Ghost, you can't hear Oz on the stream, right? When I have my mic on, because that shouldn't be a thing. All right, so you knew my voice, so now I know your voice. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to put a bunch of people You know, like I wouldn't want to have a chat room or something where I have a bunch of people from No Limit on, because it, you know, people say stupid stuff, and it's just somebody I know. You know, like how long? Yeah, you. Okay, yeah. Greg Ghost is saying he can't hear you. So yeah, because I can see I have like a meter that shows when you talk, and it's I have a separate like channel for that, and I have it muted, so we should be good there. Yeah, they can hear me talking, but they don't know who I'm talking to. But it doesn't matter, because well, I talked to Gray Ghost, but he doesn't, not on mic. He just, I just kind of talk to him, and then he messages me on the game. Yeah, but oh yeah, no, I mean, it's different if it's just random people that are in the chat that are just they want to race or whatever. But if you're gonna have a conversation, then, then it's not really gonna work. Yeah, All right, my mic is back on. Yeah, so you'll have to mute the stream. So what is that like? Like if you race me on the game, then you can watch the replay on YouTube. How long after does it happen? Oh, it does. Oh, because I thought it was a longer. I thought it was a longer delay. It, mm-hmm. Okay, because I thought there was a 10 or 15-second delay before what happens in the game goes on the stream. Well, I mean, I could actually look at it myself. I don't usually. All right, all right. What are we racing? Okay, I'll take my Porsche out. So you want to do a code? Yeah, I can actually. I can. I have a screen that I can actually see when it actually goes on stream. All right, so I'll do. Okay, so the code's up on the stream right now. Let me know when it comes up. Oh, I can watch it. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is pretty fast. That wasn't much more than like 5 seconds that code came up. Because I thought it was a longer delay before. The code's not working. Sometimes people steal it when they're when they're when they're watching. Oh, so you got the 29x9s now. Yeah. I haven't touched this tune for a long time, and it still works pretty good. It just doesn't work as fast as it used to. Did you off the click off the game? You have you have to click the game again to get the controls back. Your car is moving. It's funny. I can hear you shifting too. Here we look at that pass. Yeah, I see it. I see it now. Yeah, so it is. I think because see, there's certain levels of YouTube you get for partner. if you get to a certain level, oh, like your USB is disconnecting or something. Yeah, I think because because I made partner on YouTube, I think the delay is faster now. It doesn't the delay is not as long as it used to be. So that's pretty good. Did you unplug it and plug it back in? I'm just gonna race. Yeah, I'm racing a Lambo right now, unfortunately. Yeah, just beat a Lambo. Yeah, it just finished. So yeah, it's about 5 seconds, I think, somewhere around there. I think it was longer before though. Before I got partner on YouTube. Not yet. I think there's like one more stage you have to do. Yeah, I just beat this Lambo again. Yeah, I'm not getting very good trees though, for some reason. It's like there's a lot of people on the game right now. You got one now. They might be they might be scared of the tire size because it's such a weird tire size. They don't know what it is. Something happened again. You want to go again? Yeah, but I mean, when we race each other, our cars, it looks pretty smooth. It's not choppy or anything. Yeah, well, sometimes you jump. Yeah, but look at my RT. How am I 76? I gotta fix my engine. I never really noticed a difference. I usually don't fix them until they're really low. When it tells you it needs to be fixed. Or right before. Because I think it's 16 where it breaks. Yeah, I knew I was gonna red light. Because I was staged up a little too far. So you see how my cars work on the stream. Can you tell that if there's a difference between how your cars work and how I'm shifting compared to how you're shifting? Can you? Because I remember you were saying before where it seemed like you weren't able to shift fast enough. Because I noticed that when I was playing on my big screen on my 4K, that it was like there was so much delay between when I shifted and then the game actually shifted that I couldn't. The cars didn't work right at all. It. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I didn't look at it yet. Let me see. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. You can't work the tune. What is that? Oh, that's the newer Super, right? Well, I thought it was my car was getting like high 5.5s. Yeah, let me grab that car. Yeah, we'll see. See, that's the thing when they make a car that sounds like another car, then that kind of makes me think that car is going to kind of work like another car. So then that makes me think that the tune is going to be similar to the other car. Yeah, well that. Okay, so we're talking about this thing here. Does yours have does yours have bars on it? Well, let me try getting you. I could probably get you in the lobby now because if we're talking, when you put up a race, you can just tell me and I'll be able to grab it. Because I think the code races they might not work as good as the lobby races, but I'm not really sure. And the game's not going to tell you. You want me to put up a code or you want to just put up a lobby? Yeah, just put up a lobby race. And I'll watch for it. Mine has that slow launch, I think, that's like slow rebound, if I remember right. And I don't know what this tune is. I'd have to look and see exactly what the tune is. No, mine doesn't work anymore. It doesn't look like mine works. But I don't know what's. Let's try that again. See if my car works this time. Yeah, it's good. I don't know if I made this car like another car or exactly where this tune came from, how this tune came about. Let's see if it works this time. No. Something happened to the launch on mine. I don't know if it broke, or maybe I forgot a part on it or something. Let me check the garage. See if I forgot anything. I may have set the weight back because it started wheeling or something. What do you, the clearance? What do you mean? Oh yeah, so it basically has no suspension. Oh yeah, it's got weird suspension. But mine is all the way down. Let me try. I'm going to try putting weight forward on this and see what it does. I don't know why it would suddenly be so bad though. Yeah, I'm not even gonna finish that one because it's not getting out of the hole. It doesn't have launch control. Maybe I gave up on this one and I just stuck the bars on it and used the other one. Because I think the one that I had bars on works. Because this one, I think I was just kind of stuck in between spin and wheelie. Yeah, this one seems like I can just keep moving it forward. And it was way too far back or something. Why my gears look kind of weird too on this. I don't know what this tune is. Yeah, mine is just getting way too much grip. I don't know why. I haven't used that car in a long time though. But I think there's always a certain tire size that works best for cars. Neither one of my cars is launching right. I don't know why these two cars are so bad. All right, so I'm looking at this Supra trying to figure out why it broke. I mean, I have one with wheelie bars too, but it's for some reason it doesn't get off the line. It just falls on its face. You given up already? I'm just looking to see if there's a tune for it, because I'm curious to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, without wheelie bars, probably not. And I'm just gonna pull this car up on stream. Pull the tune up on stream. No, I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this tune because I'm trying to figure out why my car doesn't work anymore. I wonder if it's that thing where you have to buy the car. If it to for it to work, but this was a new car. But I don't know why it suddenly broke. Unless I did something to it. Yeah, and it's like I can't, you know, I don't want to pull up chats on stream, you know. I don't want to pull up personal chats with people on stream. Alright, guys, we are back. I was just having a conversation with somebody, a friend of mine, so we're just kind of talking about the game and stuff. So I was kind of messing around with this super a little bit, but for some reason it stopped working. I don't know why. I actually had a no bar one, and it had one with bars on it. I hate when it does that. How do we get rid of this? There we go. I thought I had the no bar working pretty good. Alright, so I think I'm thinking to end this stream right now. So I'll see you guys next time.